Hey, this is Ernest. So glad to be with you. You know, one thing, anytime that the Lord puts something on my mind, well, I would love to share that with you. And that's one thing. Anytime God put it on my mind, I'm coming to the camera and let you know. I look at the black community. We have been through some hard time, hardship, and ups and downs, but yet still we learn how to stick together with one another. We helped out one another when we needed help. In the time that when I was coming up, we loved one another. We didn't have no gun to shoot one another down, but you would hear shooting every now and then. But this one thing about it, the black people have stood the test of time. Even way back then, your grandmama, my grandmama, great grandmama, they went through some hard time, but yet still, the white man just whitewashed everything, took away their land and everything. Like I said, Christopher Columbus did not discover no America. America was already here. Now, my brother and sister, I want you to know one thing. The black man had went through something. Now, the Bible said that these young people in the last days, they will get weaker and wiser. And believe me, they may be weak, but they is very wise in their head, and they know how to use their head, and they know how to bring information to you and explain it to you better than you ever would know at that time. Believe me, my brothers, so we need these young people to stand up now, to stand right. We don't need no slick talking preachers to stand up and talk some crazy stuff to them, and which you ask about the revelation, then here you go, standing up there acting a fool, calling somebody a fool and all that stuff, and some of you look at, we got to put somebody else in office. Yes, you got to put somebody in office in order to get the revelation. But let me tell you one thing. They've been planning that mess for a long time. Something they got to look into. You ain't got to look into nothing. The only thing what you got to do, you got to stand firm and let the people know that wrong is wrong and right is right. Longer that these preachers trying to fill their pocket, get $100,000 in their pocket, and then they go try to keep you from getting anything. I heard one senator say one time, you ain't gonna get no revelation. We got to look into it. Y'all been looking into revelation for many, many years, just trying to mess over black people, keep black people down and out. But let me tell you one thing. Yes, we have been scattered out over the whole entire world. But God said in the last day, he shall bring us back to our land. And this is the land we are standing up on. We need our revelation. You don't put our people through slavery. Don't tell me about no cotton field. I already know about the cotton field, okay? Don't tell me about that mess right there. And I know how white people treated the black people down in Mississippi. They treated them like a dog. And they don't even want didn't even want the black man to come into their front door. If you go there, you got to go to their back door. That's one thing. And then when he decided to come out, he don't talk to you like a man. He talk to you like a dog. Like he don't want you around his family. His family is too big a shot to be around you. You smell and all that. But you all look at your president. Your president smell worse than they did now. Now your president, that's the one taking everything away from y'all. Yeah, he be taking your land away. Now people done planted their crops and stuff back then, not too long ago, some months ago. Now that crop ain't none of but rotted, going back to the mother dust. And that's what God sent that mess back down to the mother dust, simply because y'all have not treated the black man right. Y'all have not treated the gods right. We are God, and we are God's children, and we standing on the word of God. That's one thing about it. They scattered us out, but one thing about God know how to bring us together again. This one thing about it. If we had to come in on broken pieces, I guarantee you every last one of them, we coming in on broken pieces. Some of them may be driving a car, some of them might be flying in an airplane, but some of us be coming in on broken pieces. That broken piece is good along, longer that you get your land back, longer that we get our reparation, that what we need to have the reparation for the black community. Anybody else come over here, they get their reparation, they get, even when they bomb Japan, those people, the United States turn around and help them out, help them with reparation. Yeah, you're not even when the Indian, the so-called Indian, saying they are Indian, they gave they gave our lands to those so-called Indians. And they still getting the money what belongs to us right today. But Brother God, when they're straightening out things right now, and black people, black young men is tired of this mess right here. Every time you look around, it's something is going on wrong with the black community. Simply because the white man is in the black community, which we don't need y'all in the black community. We want to live life easy. We want to go out and tell the world that how much we love one another. But you know one thing, old white men always standing in front of us. They always try to stand in front of us, stand back and look and see what we're going to do. They did that back in Jim Crow day and any other crow. You know, black people had a nice city, but they came along and we were getting along, so Black Wall Street was getting along so good as a crime shame, and they just couldn't stand that. They burnt that down and then sunk it under some or dug a hole and got wiped that out. Keep the black community see what they did back then covered it up with a lake. And then they got boats that's floating over us, the graveyard down there. But let me tell you one thing, they tell me anybody be caught in that graveyard white, they will be sucked down. And believe me, many people have came back and said that something pulled them under and they couldn't get away. But some of them come back and reported that some black people came back and reported that they don't know how they made it back to the show, but them black soul got that black girl up and carried her back to the bank. But that white girl, they destroyed her. Simply because look how many black peoples that they destroyed on Black Wall Street. I'm telling you, that is bad when you can destroy a city and think no more about it and go to sleep and rest good at night. But brother, I'm here to tell you, it's coming up again for so that you have so that you don't, so that you shall reap. I guarantee you will reap what you sow. Brother, I'm telling you right now. You know, standing the test of time, looking at the black men hanging from a tree, and they spitting on him and calling him a dirty dog and everything else. Let me tell you one thing, God people is tired of this mess. God people don't want to have no part of the white community whatsoever. Don't get me wrong, there's some good white people. There's some good white people. But we would love to be by ourselves. We would love for you to go back where you came from, or wherever you came from, you go back where you came from. If you cannot get along with us over here, why don't you go back and do it with your own country? Why don't you go back and embrace your own country? Let's go for all color. If you Chinese, you go back to Chinese. If you white, you go back to the white. If you Puerto Rican, you go back to Puerto Rico. If you Japan, you go back to Japan. Leave us alone. We will open out with our arms stretched out, telling y'all to come in, and we'll be with you. And guess what? Y'all got over here and started going against us. You know one thing, that's the reason the black men cannot trust anyone. Not no more. Simply because we've been through some hard stuff, and we are tired of it. And they still don't want to give our reparation. And it is bad. And you got some coons, black coons out there, okay? Black coons out there keeping us from getting the reparation. We don't need y'all. Y'all need us. We carry the power of the United States. We want y'all to know that. And we don't need nobody standing in front of us telling us a bald-faced lies what you're going to do. And when you get into the office, you do the whole different turnaround. You look over at the white man and start to help him. We don't need y'all. Now, a real black man going to get into that White House. And I guarantee you, who all over here is going to have a good time, simply because he going to do things in the right way, in the right manner. He going to make things equal, and she going to make things equal. Nobody no bigger than nobody else. But the black man, God left us in charge. We are a God. And therefore, we don't have no hatred against no one, not at all. Until you start to go on against us, then we want you to get away from us and go away until you learn something and learn some manner, okay? And stop trying to steal everything that the black men have created. You know, a lot of stuff that we create, they claim that we created. Come to find out, all them old buildings and stuff act like they built. You ain't built nothing. You built a cage. That's where you came up out of a cage. With a baseball bat, boom, trying to knock an animal out. Let me tell you one thing. He is not my president. He is a mega president. He's not our. The president said, matter of fact, I don't like none of y'all. Let's go for the black, white. I don't like none of y'all. I'm not concerned about y'all. You see what he did? He messed up. He messed up your land. He messed up your fields. And he said he don't care nothing about that. Only thing he cared about, he said, is your vote. And he meant what he said and said that what he meant. And believe me, brother, he's standing up on his word. And every time you look around, some money come up missing. And guess what that? Here with your president, not my president, your president. His pocket just fat with your money that came from the field that he's supposed to have gave y'all. He changed his mind. He only thing what he wanted was your vote, and he got that vote. But the black people is tired of this mess. Very, very tired. I'm gonna tell you, when the gods, that's us, get tired of it, this year came to an end. These young people is not going for that mess down in Memphis, Tennessee. What they done did, to try to go back to the Jim Crow area. Don't nobody want to go back to try to put you in slavery. Y'all just want to kiss that goodbye. That mess is not going to work, not in these times. And there's a young man got killed, I think around Mother's Day. His brothers down were looking for him all day long, and they did not find him. Some days later, they found him dead in the woods. Brother, it sounded like to me, it was some nasty business going on there. Let me tell you, black young men, be very careful who you hang out with. The one act like they're your friend. The one that act like, come on, go with me, we're going to party, we're going to have a good time. You better be very careful who you go with. Because many people will try to lure you into a trap. They will try to lure you into a trap simply because they may not even like you, but they claim they like you. But be very careful who you go with. Another thing too, be very careful if you carry a gun around. Brethren, put down the gun because that's what they want you to do. They want you to become their property. You mess around and shoot somebody, you got some time on your hand. And they can keep you in jail long as possible until you grow old. And then took away all your life away from you. Only because you made one mistake. Okay? And some of these mistakes is not no mistake. Some people just don't need no gun at all, don't need nobody around them with a gun. Because you get other people's in trouble. And many times I've said, when you take away a black young man's life, you taking away power away from the community. So therefore we must stand together and understand what we got to do for our family, okay? For our family. We must protect our family at all costs in the black community. Now the black young men and women is waking up. They can't pull that mess that they pull with our y'all, our ancestor, your grandmama, your great grandmama, and your great grandfather, they can't pull that mess now. But they sure is trying to do it. But I can tell you is one thing. Black young men and women keep on speaking that power on YouTube and keep speaking positive stuff and letting them know, no, we're not going for this mess. And believe me, y'all, some powerful, powerful young men and women. And then let nobody tell you that you is not powerful. Everything that you do, they looking at you. Everything that you do, they looking at you and try to steal your words and try to act like they said it. But all the time, my black young women, y'all some powerful women. Black young men, y'all some powerful black young men. And I want y'all to keep being powerful. And then still looking back at the young men and bringing them up in the same way that y'all coming up. And brother, I guarantee we can't miss. Keep faithful to God, to Yahoo, Yahshua, Holy Spirit. Keep walking up, keep looking up, keep praying up, that God will hear and answer our prayer.